What's up, everybody, and welcome to the new studio and my new show, Tatts Funny. Now, Tatts Funny is a show all about tattoos and funny stories. Well, maybe I should say funny stories about tattoos. You know, growing up, I've always been fascinated by body art. Whether it was piercings, henna, or ink tattoos, I've just always had a thing for body art. So I started getting tattoos at a very young age. So as a result, now I've got 1,000 tattoos with 1,000 funny stories behind them. And I thought to myself, I can't be the only one. So I reached out to some of my friends, and that's how the show was born. Let's see who we've got in the studio today. Oops. What's up, everybody, and welcome out to Tatts Funny. I'm your host, Kevin Damn Fool Simpson. And with me today, it is my honor, my pleasure to introduce my big brother, one of my mentors in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the destined legend, Mr. Leon Rogers, is in the building.
Fool, what up, brother? How you been, man?
Man, I'm good, man. How you been?
I just want to say, this is one of them concepts a motherfucker wish they came up with. Tatts Funny? Come on, man. That's this magic right here. You got to keep that going.
The hardest part was coming up with the name.
You gotta protect that at all costs. You need to trademark everything on that. That's the LLC, that whole thing, because this could be like what's the show where my man be eating the wings and they be putting the
hot ones.
Yeah, got the level. It's got that level. Doing it out of a tattoo shop. Yeah, this shit is incredible.
I actually just got through talking to the tattoo place up the street from me in Hollywood. They was about doing an episode there. I want to do an episode where I actually get a tattoo.
That's dope.
So we working on that. I'm trying to get in touch with Cat Tatts. You know, she out here, so trying to find her, a Chicago native, so see if I can get her involved some kind of way. But
hey, you know what would be funny, but I don't think you'll do it. Every guest that come on, you get them smallly put on your body, start on your arm. You get the show 100. You got all types of motherfuckers' names on your body. Why does this nigga have Flavor Flav tattooed on his body? Because I interviewed him.
And here's the thing: if the show get picked up, that's what I'm doing. Because then it'll be worth it.
Right? Like, why does motherfucker got Sylvester Stallone tattooed over his chest? Because he was on the show.
Yeah. So I remember I usually the format of the show starts out with an intro and then me telling the story of the first time I met my guest. And I've been sitting here thinking for the last couple of days, I'm like, when did I first meet Leon? And then it finally fucking hit me. I remember. It was 2005. I had bumped into Dion Cole at Paget's.
Shout out to Dion Cole.
Shout out to Dion Cole. I was in Paget's and I was talking to this girl at the bar upstairs. And I was telling her, like, yeah, you know, I'm about to get into this whole comedy thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to blow up, baby. I'm about to be like a big comedian and shit. And like the girl, I knew her, so she like, yeah, that's perfect for you, Kevin. That's gonna work for you. And I was like, yeah, so it's about to go there. She's like, tell me a joke. So I started telling her this joke that I heard on Comedy View. It was a joke Dion did about the nigga driving down the street and he had shit and he stuck his fingers in the hole.
And he hit
One of my favorite jokes.
He hit it with the breath. Yeah, absolutely. Most disgusting joke ever.
Ever in life.
Yes.
But it's one of my favorites. So I told her that joke. As I'm telling her the joke, I hear somebody go, I heard that one before. I was like, what the fuck? I turned around, because now I'm mad. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga hating on me? You know what I'm saying? So I turned around. And this Dion, nigga, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, wait. I was like, oh, shit. He was like, you trying to get into comedy, little buddy? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, look, meet me at this place. It's called, I think it was called The Set or the spot you used to do downtown.
Oh, the Estate.
The Estate.
Yes.
He says, meet me at this
right
spot.
under the L tracks.
The nigga said, I host this spot called The Estate. Meet me down there. Oh, he didn't say he hosted. He just said, this is my spot. Come meet me down there. I'm going to put you on.
Wait, side note. And knowing Dion, Pages, he was lit.
He was lit.
I guarantee you when he talked to you.
Back then.
That was back then, Dion, with slurred speech. I need you to go to this spot called go to this state. Listen to the fuck I'm telling you. That was Dion.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
He just told me to shut up. Go to this state. I got you. Tell my boy you there. No motherfucking problems. You hear me? You a funny nigga. Told me to be on time and everything. Yeah, nigga, I know I'm funny. I just use your shit. So I go down to the estate. I get there. I talk to what is my girl name?
Shaneri.
I always have a hard time saying that.
Shaneri Okafor, Big Chuck, Lil Chuck Okafor.
Exactly.
That's the family of Jaleel Okafor, who was in the NBA. And at the time, he was a shorty, like 9 years.
He was like 9 years old.
Yeah, he was a little guy.
He started stealing those niggas in the street.
Yeah.
So I get to this thing. I'm talking to Chieri at the front desk. I mean, at the front door. And I'm like, yeah, you know, because I'm on my cocky shit. Yeah, Deion Cole sent me down here. Meet him down here. I get on stage. She was like, well, baby, Deion not here. Leon Rogers run this show. I was like, Deion, Leon, whatever. Whatever, Deion. Sit me down here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe I said today, bro. Nigga, so you come to the door like, yo, what's that? What you say? Deion sent you. Are you good? Like, it was cool, but it was like, Deion wasn't there, nigga.
Right.
So I waited about 20 minutes at the door before you finally came to the door, because you hosted. Came to the door like, if Deion said you good, you good. They said, Deion sent you, right? I was like, yeah.
That's my guy.
You jump back on the stage. Nigga, left the lineup. Jeff B when I walked in, Jeff B was on stage. After Jeff B got off, King Kedar went up. Then and then it was Big O.
Big O. Shout out to Big O, man.
Where we at this time and in Chicago, that is some shit like Jeff B and Big O alone. Your first time, you don't want to follow these niggas. And Kevin Hart is going up after me. He's the headliner. And
wait a minute. You're leaving out the most important part of this fucking story.
What's that?
You came dressed to the nines. You had on some slacks and some motherfucking boots. You was styling and profiling like Ric Flair, nigga. And when he walked in, he was like, yo, Deion sent me. I was like, oh, Deion, my man. And then I looked at the setup. I said, okay, shit, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. On standby, this is a special show tonight. We got Kevin Hart. Now, I'm going to let you finish, and then I'm going to see if you tell the part that everybody's scared to tell except me, because I don't care, because I know at this point in my career, what's for me is for me. I'm going right.
So I get on, I finally get in the back. I get the call. Kedar done told this motherfucker up. You let me know, like, you next. You go up there, he wraps up, comes out. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest tonight. My boy Deion sits down. New comic. I know he's funny because of the endorsement he got.
The co-sign, yeah.
Kevin, at the time I was going as Kevo. So I hit the stage, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing my jokes, and it's like I had everything mapped out of what I was gonna do, and it was going well until a guy in the top started talking.
The gladiator role, the Coliseum.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the part I left out. I didn't let everybody know that this was a comedy gauntlet. This motherfucker was like, it was like that last sequence on American Gladiators where you got a big challenge. I felt like I was on American Ninja Warrior. It was like that room was no joke. So I'm up there.
We who are about to die salute you. We used to stand on stage.
Right. Before you get on stage, Leon give you a pep talk. Today looks like a great day to die.
Yes. Is the mob satisfied? Do you want more? I'm literally, there's people everywhere, like on the top. Then you got, but you forgetting, not only the top and that section, that VIP section, Anthony Mason and them niggas over there wilding. Like they got the boo guns.
Anthony done bought a trough of vodka or tequila.
Patron. 100 shots of Patron every time he would come. Rest in peace to Anthony Mason, my dog.
That was my
100 shots of Patron, and it's only like 9 people over there. So like they over there dying, and and the comics come up.
Look, I get on stage, I'm doing my thing. The dude up top starts talking. Now I can't hear him what he's saying, so I'm thinking he's heckling me.
Now he was getting
He's mad because he can't hear me.
Yeah.
The people down front laughing. So he's like, I can't hear you, fam. So I was like, say what, nigga? And so when I said that nigga whole attitude changed. I said, I can't hear you, nigga. So I was like, fuck you, nigga. So now we going back and forth. And now I'm bombing. I'm like, the crowd is getting mad. I see Leon creeping up the side of the stairs. Like, the crowd is laughing, but I'm thinking they laughing at me. I don't know. They laughing at your ass because you creeping up the side like you in the military. Trying to sneak up on me and get the mic. I am eating it, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And finally, I see Leon coming.
That's funny.
This is how I fucking won. I jumped off the stage and ran. I want to give him the mic back. And the crowd started dying. That's what saved my night. But other than that, I was tanking.
All the while dressed like a Christian church drummer. He's dressed like you played the drums at the biggest super church in Chicago and was nice with it. You've been on tour with Kirk Franklin and Reggie Hammond, and you're now here tonight. But wait a minute. I want to see, because I know you done smoked a lot of marijuana in your time. Now I want you to go to the next comic that came on after you.
Oh, listen, it was a rough night,
and we love him. That's my man.
I love Kev to death. That's gonna be my man to the end. I'm always there for a short nigga who's doing something big. But that night was not the night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Soul Plane was fresh. It was like
Big House, fresh off Big House and Soul Plane.
Fresh off Big House and Soul Plane.
Raped us. Wait, mind you, I want to tell everybody, this was a night where we didn't pay comics because we wasn't really making no money. The money that we had to pay to rent out the spot, what we got on the door kind of went to that. I probably took home at best $50 to $100 every week. So the room was strictly done to keep my chops up, to give comics a place to perform, and just to give Chicago comedy. And the Okafors, they were building the name as throwing events. Chineri was, shout out Chineri. That's like my sister, her Big Chuck, Little Chuck, they like family. So we get in touch with Kev. People, they hit us with the $1,200 joint, plus flight and hotel. And we like, God damn, like, we don't make $1,200 on the night. You know what I'm saying? The place hold 200 people. We charging $5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that night we gotta charge 10 because it's like we gotta pay Kev. And of course, him being who he is, he needed his money. So we got the money, whatever. So I'll never forget, Big Chuck and Little Chuck mad as shit. They like, man, he gave this motherfucker $1,200. He better kill it. Yo, he come in, first 5 minutes, fire, because it's Soul Plane and all that. Then after that, it was just like, this is how I would describe it. I won't say bombing.
No.
But you ever been on a flight to L.A., and for the last hour and a half of the flight, it's turbulence. You made it to L.A.
You made it.
Nerves is fucked up. Like, I mean, bad turbulence. Like, you hitting, plane dipping, the shit just got your heart.
That one that dropped like
oh my God. You thinking like this pilot is supposed to be a smooth flight all the way to L.A. And so he get off mad and like literally did not stay around. Broke the fuck out because he didn't want to talk to nobody, whatever. But I always remember that room, man. That was one of the rooms that helped create my style and who I was and helped give me a name in the city. And I'll always be forever indebted to the Okafor family because they could have picked anybody.
Exactly.
But they asked me to do it. We had a great run. We had a super huge run. It's one of the rooms that's remembered in Chicago comedy history. And I'm proud of that room, and I'm proud of what it produced. Guys like you, guys like Lil Rel, guys like Michi that came through. Corey Holcomb has hit our stage before. Jeff B, Deion Cole. We've had everybody. So for
What's
me
funny is Deion sent me up there. Lil Rel and Michi came with me.
Yeah, that was the Last Laugh crew.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm proud to be mentioned, to have my room mentioned in the names of the rooms, like All Jokes Aside, Jokes and Notes, Riddles, TNT Comedy Hook, Joey D's, Giovanni's. I'm proud to have my room name mentioned with those rooms because that means comics actually enjoy coming there. And that was when, I'll be honest with you, fool, that was when we as comics hung out like family. Yeah. We weren't clicked out. Everybody was there. Like
even niggas that had they cliques when we all got together, it was like
it was at these certain rooms. Giovanni's.
It was like the Isaac brothers and the Work With It Fire the other night. It's like
but we all together. We kick it
all together tonight.
You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate that. And I'm always grateful for that. And that's one of the things that helped shape and mold my career the way I'm at today.
That's dope, man. Shout out to Chuck. Big Chuck, little Chuck. Yeah, right.
That's my golf buddy.
Yeah.
That's my golf buddy.
I got a bunch of Chuck stories. I can't get him on.
We can't tell his stories. He might get divorced.
So look, now me personally, I've always admired and been inspired by your story and your path to where you are. At least from what I've heard from others, as far as the path you took. It's always been an interesting one for me, like with the comedy, then working for the radio station, to having probably the #1 morning show in your demographic, to DJing. Like, just give us a brief overview of who Leon Rogers is. Tell us who the Destined Legend is. I know you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Take us from there.
Leon Rogers is a brother who came out of high school not knowing what he wanted to do, not taking things seriously. I could play a little bit of baseball, but I didn't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to run down to a school where my friends were at. That didn't work out. I wasn't ready for college. So I was thankful to have a wonderful father in my life, Leon Rogers Sr., rest in peace. He's been gone from us for about 8 years now, lost him to cancer. And he told me, say, man, you got 3 options. You can go to school, and as long as you go to school, you can live here. You can get a job, and when you get a job, you got 1 year. I'm going to let you stack all your money. You got to get the fuck out of my house because 2 grown men can't live in the same crib drawing a check. Or 3, you could go to the military. So I know I wasn't going to do right on the first 2 because I like sneakers and shit. I was going to be buying shit, and I wasn't going to take school seriously. So I went to the Army, did 8 years in the military. And that gave me discipline. That gave me focus. It also showed me that there was a world out here. Yeah. I think a lot of times, and I try not to do this, I think a lot of times when we get on our pro-black shit, which, trust me, I'm all for that, we start shitting on stuff that can actually help our shorties get out of jams. So I've heard people, don't go to the military, the white man's army and all that, whoop, wop, the bam. When for me, the Army was a glorifying experience. I got to go to Germany, Spain, Italy, Turkey, all before I was 26 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I come home, I knew what a passport was. I knew what beautiful women in other countries look like. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear dudes be like, oh, she fine. I'll be like, yeah, okay. All right. I take you here. And I'm pretty sure, bro, I'm pretty sure you doing comedy, you done traveled and been around the world, you be like, God damn. Now imagine doing that at 19 and 20. Mm-hmm. So I always think we need to leave all options and doors open to our youth when I talk to them. So I'll never tell them not to do anything. Of course, when you go to the military, there's a chance that they might go to war. But it's just like if you become a police officer, there's a chance you're going to be in a shootout. If you're a fireman, there's a chance you're going to have to run into a burning fucking building. It is what it is. But it gave me focus. And then when I came home, actually the first comedy show I ever saw was in the military. I saw Michael Coria live at a club in Lawton, Oklahoma. And all my boys was like, man, Leon, you can do that shit. And what's funny about it, if you talk to Michael Coria today and you ask him about Leon Rogers and said he met you at a comedy club in Lawton, Oklahoma, he remembers the story because he remembers what he told me.
He remembers everything.
I like for somebody that's been on crack, that's amazing.
That man like an elephant. He's an
elephant. Because I when he came off stage, I said, hey, man, you from Chicago? Man, this was dope. I want to do that. And he looked me right in the face and he was like, well, don't fucking tell me. Just do it. But he remembers that. Don't fucking tell me. Just do it.
Just do it.
I got shit to smoke. Bye. Right? So I came home, was a network engineer, 1997. I was working for the Board of Education. If I'd have been on my hustle shit, I could have made thousands of dollars wiping out people's student loans on computers. But I wasn't on bullshit. I actually did my job. Like if you'd have came to me, man, I got about 20,000 student loans. I literally worked on the systems in Chicago. I could have pulled your shit up and blew the whole fucking house bar. Gave you a little time. But I started getting the love for comedy. Did my first open mic. And all jokes aside, shout out to Mary Lindsay. Shout out to Damon Williams, first person ever put me up on stage.
Yes.
And bombed horribly. It was terrible. And what was terrible about it is my mom and dad were there. Because, you're proud. You want to bring your family there. I had my little girlfriend at the time, my fiance at the time. I came and was absolutely horrible. The jokes were tanking the whole set. The only time I ripped was at the end. I forgot I told this little joke and I did the punchline and it was dead silent. And all you hear out the dark ass room was, I got dressed up and came all the way down here for this shit. And I was like, Dad? And the crowd goes nuts.
Wow.
So I come off stage defeated. Damon was like, nah, you got some good ideas. I see what your problem is. You don't know how to deliver them.
Exactly.
My father standing right there. Don't tell him that. He need to stay on his computer job. This is what he need to do. Old school killing me. Fucking me up. You know how the comics stand at the wall at the end and wait for people to come out? So everybody slapping some of the comics hand. They coming up to me was like, you gonna get better. Each person that give me love, my father was like, don't tell him that. He got a good job. He worked down at the Board of Education. Then when people was coming and saying I was bad, he was like, see, listen to the people. The people know the answer. I'm like, Dad, like, damn, bro. That was the longest car ride home ever. Right?
Ever.
But I stuck with it because I loved it. I had a passion for it. And that, and meeting people, and this is what I tell young comics, networking is essential. Be mindful who you deal with and how you deal with them because this ladder moves and changes constantly. Guys that are on top, one day come back down here. So be mindful how you treat this guy down here because one day he'll be here and you'll be here and you might need him.
Exactly.
So through my career, I've met people like Courtney Hicks, who got me into radio. I owe my radio career to her. And then
baby girl, right?
Baby girl Courtney Hicks, shout out to her. That's my big sis.
I ran into her, I think, in North Carolina.
Yes. She's on the TV. She's on TV out there. You know what I'm saying?
I was on tour. I was on tour with Anthony Hamilton. Shout out my man Ant. And she came to the show, and I was like, she started talking to me about being in radio. And I was like, yeah, I thought about going to school. She was like, school? For what?
Learn how to do it, and that's what I did. I didn't go to school till after, and in hindsight, I wouldn't have wasted that money, but it just made me more well-rounded, you know what I'm saying? But I learned on the fly with her. And then being in radio, going to iHeart Media, and you know, it was Clear Channel at the time, working under Crazy Howard McGee, then working with my big brother, Tony Schofield, who's a Chicago legend. You can't mention Chicago comedy or Chicago radio without saying his name.
Exactly.
And then I met Darlene Hill. Darlene Hill worked for Fox 32. She was a broadcaster, and she was on the morning news show, and she started having me come down. She saw me at a comedy show and started having me come down and sit in with her to do these like little topical things. That introduced me into TV. And from there, I've always had a relationship with Fox, which led into me coming on their news programs, talking about anything from politics to comedy to sports, going on their Bears broadcast, whatever. And then they seen how well-rounded I was with that, and they offered me my own TV show. And that's how Later with Leon was born. So I say that to say this. In this game, Kev, you know, bro, comedy is just a platform.
Exactly.
To launch us off into other things of entertainment, where it be producing, like my man B. Cole, great director. You know what I'm saying? Has produced some great films. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage people to go and support those films. And then you got guys like myself, guys like Damon Williams, who's been doing it, putting people on, you know, and us doing these platforms like this, Tatts Funny and Later with Leon, Bald Heads podcast, you know, all the different things, you know. So comedy is just a platform that can lead you into different things. But my main thing is you got to have a passion for the comedy. At the end of the day, they could take away all that other shit. They could take away Later with Leon tomorrow. I could get fired off the radio. Guess what? I still know how to go hit that stage and go mano y mano with that crowd. And that's the greatest shit of all. And the DJ thing just came out of a hobby. I got so many records. My man, DJ Dollar Bill, shout out to DJ Dollar Bill, was like, dude, why don't you DJ? You got all these fucking records for nothing. But that's because in the military, we didn't have shit to do at some duty stations but vibe and chill and play records. So I built my collection up. And that's how I got into the love of DJing. So to be well-rounded, Am I ultimate in any one thing? I would have to say being a comedian is the top rung. But I'm a jack of all trades, and I consider myself a Renaissance man, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's funny is, like, that was one of the main reasons why I wanted you on the show, to tell that story, because one, like I say, I admire your path, but it also is one that shows what you said. Comedy is just a platform in which to spring off into a lot of other things. And a lot of other cats don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I say that one of my biggest problems with my career is that I only focus on one aspect of comedy.
Right.
And that's stand-up. On that stage, I can't be touched. But there are other areas where I have my insecurities because I haven't got into that. You know what I'm saying? But then I look at somebody like you, like, to me, and I know you'll get this reference, you're like a GSP of entertainment. Like, you know, George St. Pierre.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He can do, he's good at everything.
He can strike, he can take it to the ground, he can wrestle, he can do everything.
He can strike, you know what I'm saying?
And he still was a champion. Or even like this, for people that don't get it, and I love sports analogies, but everybody may not watch MMA. LeBron James, Ken Griffey Jr. in baseball, guys who can hit for power, hit for to get on base, you know, can steal, can play the outfield. LeBron James, I can pass out the post, I can score in the post, I can shoot the three, I can dribble. I want to make it hard for you to replace me. That's my goal.
Exactly.
If I can do all this shit, I'm a benefit to you. It's hard to replace me. If you got to get 2 or 3 people to do everything that I do, then that means I'm doing my job. And I think more comics need to think like that, man. So, like, yeah, you great doing stand-up, but look at a guy like Kev on Stage, starting his own network.
Exactly.
Look at a guy like Roy Wood Jr., whose comedy is so diverse. You're on Comedy Central with my man Trevor Noah. You know, you're on Fox 32 NFL Sundays.
Roy always been one of my favorite comics.
Man, bro.
That is hilarious.
And a lot of people don't know his story, like who his dad was and like the history and the lineage. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we as comics got to stop limiting ourselves to just being. If Jamie Foxx didn't show y'all how comics are just more than being funny, I don't know what.
The greatest entertainer ever.
If Jim Carrey, Tom Hanks, who's a stand-up comedian before he started acting.
Exactly.
Buttons. Let's go back. Jim Carrey doing Fire Marshal Bill to, goddamn it, being nominated for Oscars. Jamie Foxx winning an Oscar. If that doesn't show you that we as comedians are chameleons and we can step into any genre and adapt everybody can't do what we do, and I'm not trying to offend anybody,
Nope.
but I've hosted concerts with radio personalities, and when they had to stand out there and stretch for time for 15, 20 minutes, and the DJ went to go take a bathroom break,
Right.
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? me and you, comedians like Just Niche, Corey Holcomb, Corey Bell, we kill that time like it's nothing. They rapping us. They tell us get the fuck off. We having a ball.
You good.
You good now? Gap band ready.
Exactly. That's how I got on tour. It was like the radio dude was like, well, "What do you want me to do?" I was like, "Just go out there and stall." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Give me the mic. I got it."
I got you.
And just started telling jokes. Next thing I know, Anthony was like, "Hey, can you do that like every night? Like kind of warm them up before I come out?" I said, "Yeah."
And now you got a job.
32 dates.
You got a job. Listen, oh, and by the way, I had the Hamiltons on my show. They speak very highly of you, man. They love you.
That's dope.
The Hamiltons love you. They showed you much love. They like, dude, crazy. But that's my point. Like, we're chameleons. Comedy is just that shell that we're under, but it can break off into so many different things. And that's why I tell guys to do their homework, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a comedian, you got a passion for sports, you could be on sports TV. There's a lot of comics that's doing sports TV. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of comics that get into music. There's a lot of it's just you have to focus. And it's tough sometimes because we're always trying to, like, what I'm dealing with now in my career is writing new sets. Because I got so much going on.
Yeah.
When do I have to take that? You know, as comedians.
Making that time.
Comedians, a lot of time we don't sit down and force ourselves to write. We see something, we grab it, we put it in a database, and then when we think about it, we add to it. But to just sit down and write, sometimes it doesn't work like that. You have to survive, you know? So with me doing everything else, I try to take time to write, but I also understand that I got options. You know what I'm saying? I got options, brother. Like,
Exactly.
And if all else, if shit fails, I got jokes from 2005 that I can do that's still tested.
Yeah.
I got 45 minutes from 2005 that I could go do in any city, and I'm a rip.
Right now, and it's still relevant.
It's still relevant. I got to catch up. Don't get it twisted. I understand the game, but right now, I'm going to any city and give you 45.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Easy.
Yes.
So, you know,
well, hey man, I really appreciate. Like I know some people gonna be like, man, y'all was talking about other shit longer than the tattoos. Cause
hey man,
my audience be crazy. They be on they talk hella shit, but tune in every week. I love it.
But that's what they have. They're supposed to. But and maybe this could. And I want to say this to the people out there. You know, listen to what a lot of these guests come on and say to Kev, and listen to Kev's stories, because you might be going through that shit. No matter, it don't just apply to comedy. I don't give a fuck if you the greeter at Walmart. If you the coldest nigga at stacking cans, you could drive the forklift, and you could go fix the self-checkout register. You hard to fire. They'll make you a manager because you could do it all. Exactly. Don't just get locked into being the best greeter. Or if you being the best greeter, think of how like you could transform that greeting shit into being the top-notch concierge at a Vegas hotel. Think big, man. Don't just stop this shit right there. Don't limit yourself to being, I'm right here. I'm just a comedian. That's all I'm ever be. Fuck that. I'm a screenwriter. I'm an actor. I'm a director. When you're doing a skit on Instagram, you're directing.
Exactly.
You're creating content. Come on, man. We gotta think bigger, man. That's my only problem with us. We think small sometimes.
Exactly. Well, look, man, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the tattoo that Leon sent us right after this. Thank y'all for tuning in to Tatts Funny. We'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? It's your boy, Kevin Damn Fool Simpson, back in the building. It's time for me to roll that second blunt of the evening. So, Leon, you sent us 2 tattoos. Well, you told me you had 2 stories, but you sent a picture for 1 tattoo.
For one, because you're not going to get a picture of the other one. I'm sorry. I can't do it, bro. No, fuck that. We know too many funny people, and we be outside too much. And I don't want to have to get in fist fights with people. I won't do it for the second one.
Yeah,
I'll tell the story, but I won't send a picture.
if you want to see Leon's second tattoo, you got to subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah. OnlyFans. You got to go to Leon's OnlyFans to see this motherfucker. No, sir.
Hey, so now, like I said, the show is Tatts Funny, man. I've had plenty of guests on who've had bad tattoos, funny tattoos, or a funny or interesting story about a tattoo. Me personally, I don't have a tattoo that's not all of those. All of them bad, all of them funny, and all of them just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like I was one of the first people in my neighborhood that was like tatted up, like sleeved out. You know what I'm saying?
Hot boy.
Yeah, because like I saw Pac and I was like, yo, okay, that's cool. Because before that, all I seen was bikers with like multiple tattoos. So it was
Right.
like, you know, that wasn't cool to me. But then when Pac did it, I was like, okay. Because there was a point where I used to like draw the man tattoos on my body. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted a tattoo that bad. You know what I'm saying? I had Thug like wrote on my stomach. I had to wrote it with a magic marker. I'm about to die from lead poisoning. Because I done drew angel wings on my back or let my cousin do it.
That's funny.
I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying? Pores clogged up. But but like I really love tattoos. Then I started getting into like Chinese movies and stuff like that. And like seeing like people with their whole backs done and like, oh, this shit is crazy. So I was like, man, I want to do like multiple tattoos like that. But then I started getting them and them things hurt. So it was like, I couldn't sit there for 3-hour sessions and all that crazy. So I got like a lot of big ass tattoos spaced out around my body because they were supposed to be the beginning to like a sleeve that I was supposed to fill in. But the fill-in spaces is where it hurts the most.
Gotta get the numbing cream, dog.
That meat inside of there, that meat ain't nothing to play with, bro.
You got to get the numbing cream and put it on there before you go. Don't drink or nothing, just get numbing cream. It helps.
I ain't never even known about that. I remember we used to try to get drunk.
Boy, you bleed out.
My boy they told us don't get drunk because we was gonna
bleed out.
You know you got that one nigga that's always like, man, niggas don't know what they talking about. So I was going to get this Grim Reaper tattoo, right? I got a tattoo of a Grim Reaper on my arm. And I got it because at the time, I was probably like 17, 18. I had this theory of life where I was like, the only thing I'm scared of in life is death.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep the Grim Reaper close to me so I can see the nigga when he comes.
Okay. I always wanted to know, like, why do you get the symbol of the most morbid motherfucker? I always wanted to ask people that. So, okay, that's one of the best explanations I heard. Everybody else was like, the shit just look cool, dog. And I'm
yeah. Hey, when I was a teenager, I was deep, nigga.
That's the angel of death, bro. Why do you have that on your body?
People always ask, I would say that. I lead off with that, like, he's the angel of death. And like, the only thing I fear in life is death.
Okay. So I would have been like, yeah.
Keep him close by so I could watch him. I'm gonna be the first nigga to cheat death. And it was just crazy, right?
Right.
So I'd go with my boy to get the tattoo, and he about to get, he was getting Goodfellas tattooed on his arm, because I have Goodfellas on my left arm. That was my clique that I ran with when I was a shorty in high school. Just a clique of homies, you know what I'm saying? They all played ball and shit. So
No affiliation?
No gang affiliation, just not that. But, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I ain't never got is a gang tattoo, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? But especially as much as I was into the shit I was into, but
yeah, but it's gonna look kind of crazy when you're 75 and you got pitchforks.
Exactly. Your grandkids talking about why you got that top hat and that cane on your arm. I used to dance.
Buddy, you been to Africa? Why you say that? It's pyramid in the middle of your chest with the moon over it. No, son. Don't worry about this. Please.
I didn't know we was Muslims. Shut up. but so we go and he like, cause I had already got my Goodfellas tattoo, so now he going to get his. So we show up to the tattoo place. He plastered. The tattoo dude steady telling him like, man, I can't do your tattoo. He was like, man, fuck that, I'm getting this tattoo. He's like, all right, well, he gave some papers and shit to sign, like, here, sign
Don't bleed out, man.
Man, that nigga started getting that tattoo, man. It looked like
murder scene. I know it did.
Nigga, it looked like a whole murder had happened in there. And he like, yeah, man, shit. Anybody else feel dizzy? No, nigga, just you. Like, you the only person that had lost 8 pints of blood. Getting 6 letters on your arm. Nigga, it's like the fuck.
They finna check up out of here.
You didn't even get a whole 10 letters and you about to die, man.
Yeah,
like,
so man.
Funny. But like I say, man, take us through first, tell us what it is. Because I'll be honest, a lot of people send me shit. I say this all the time. You look at it, you can't even really tell what the fuck it is. At least we can see what it is. Man. But explain to us what this is, when you got it, what made you get it, and the story behind it.
So I was in the military, and I was a Bravo 1st in the 30th Field Artillery Unit, and I was in.
I've always wanted to be in the military just to be able to say that, like just to be able to say my unit, like the way y'all say that shit is so dope.
Bravo 1st in the 30th Field Artillery Unit, man, in Lawton, Oklahoma, and sitting around one night talking shit with the homies. Man, Lo, let's all get tattoos. Based off on like our personalities, So we used to call my man Mott Bull. Mott was like, I'm gonna get a bull. They like, Clever. That was my nickname, Clever. They was like, Clever, you a funny old nigga. So me, I'm gonna be creative. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get like a demonic jester on my shit. So we go to the tattoo shop, man. And tattoo artists are kind of like barbers.
Yeah.
You don't see nobody in the motherfucking chair. You might not want to go to them. But for me,
busy when you're there.
Now, mind you, we're in a military town, so it's like a lot of soldiers coming in. It's Marines, Army, everybody going to this one spot to get tattoos. So the tattoo shop popping and people waiting. But it's this one dude back there, his chair open. He's sitting chilling. I'm like, oh, y'all here waiting? Gonna go get my demonic jester. Man, go back there and sit down. He's like, what you want? I was like, I want this demonic jester, dog. I seen this look dope. Flip through the book. He's like, I got you. Took him about an hour and a half, sitting there. And me, I'm the type of person, I don't keep looking in the oven to see if the cake done. I let it cook. Give me cake.
Yeah, I'm the same way, unless it's a haircut.
Yeah. Now the thing that he put on my arm and all that, it looked great. Nigga. I don't know if he had Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but when I say that court jester looked like my 8-year-old daughter could have did my tattoo. And it's like, he hit me with this is my first tattoo, mind you, my first.
Right.
So he hit me with it just looked like it got to heal.
Right.
So he slapped all that shit on it, throw the bandage over it.
It's got to all come together.
Yeah.
Like it's a bowl of spaghetti for the next day.
I was like, is the color gonna show and all that? Because I'm dark. He's like, hey, just let it heal, okay? I get to the crib. My boy's like, yo, man, let us see, because we're going to get ours. Man, they pull the thing down, and it done dried a little, right? And this is how you know a tattoo has gone wrong, right? When you pull it down, like you said, you can't tell what it is. The first thing out of my boy's mouth was like, what the fuck is that, a bat? And I'm like, no, it's not a bat. It's not even an animal. It's a jester. It's a demonic jester. Man, that shit look like a bat, bro. Like it's like a bat, like a mean bat. Like these the wings and this the face. I'm like, no, that's the court jester hat. Don't you see the little balls on it? Man, that shit look like a bat, bro. I said, well, he said, look. Then I said, well, he said it got to heal.
You got to heal.
I put the shit back up on it. Man, about a week later, man, that shit scabbed and all that, dog. It was the worst shit ever, man. And I
know it really looked bad during the scabbing phase.
I had to live with it. Until one day I just went and got I went to a real tattoo artist. I got a cover up. So now I send you the picture of the cover up. And if I find a picture of the I wanted to be dude ass. But when I went back to the tattoo shop, they was like, he not here no more. I was like, well, what happened? They was like, we got too many complaints on him. I was like, 1,000 people's bodies?
Like, how many complaints did it take before y'all got to, it's time for you to go, fam? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but when my man said it looked like a bat, Kev, you know how my fucking soul was hurt? Because it's not even an animal. This is like it's supposed to be a demonic human. It's not an animal.
It's not even close to a bat.
But everybody was like, yeah, it looked like a bat, dog. Like that, you should say it's a bat. I'm like, it's not a bat. What do I do that make me like a bat, motherfucker? I'm funny, I'm a jester, but you know I got a mean side. I'm a demonic jester. They was like, nope, that's a bat, homie. That's a bat with fangs. Like, it's mid-transformation. Okay, it might be mid-transformation to like a vampire, but that's a bat. And I was the butt of jokes. Like, I used to play basketball at the rec. I used to wear the cutoff muscle shirts, or I used to wear jerseys. Nigga, I started wearing long sleeve shirts. Like, I started wearing t-shirts like Patrick Ewing under my jersey because I didn't want nobody to see this tattoo, dog.
Man, that shit fucking hilarious, man. That nigga said you should
tell people. You should
tell people it's the bat. Like, that's the fuck. That's the fuck.
And people would have been like, oh, that's a mean ass bat. They appreciated it more as a bat than they did the court jester. I was like, he fucked my arm up. I was like, tattoos are so funny, man. You got to make sure the artist is tight. You got to do your homework. It's like finding a surgeon, G. Like, you can't, because the failure rate, like, you don't, like, that's the worst shit in the world to get up and the word is spelled wrong. That's the worst shit ever, man. And like I said, and even when I got the cover up was a cobra. So now I'm cool at my duty stations, but then I get home. Now I got to cover my arms up because I got a cobra on my arm and I got 3 sevens over the top. Hey, man, what, you Cobra Stone, nigga? Like, no, nigga, I'm a veteran. What are we doing? I just left war shit. I didn't come back for this. I'm not getting another cover up. If I gotta play basketball in dress shirts, that's what it's gonna be, because I'm not going through that again.
I didn't leave a war to come to a war.
Come to a war? No, I'm not Cobra shit. This was my unit crest. This was my unit. Oh, all right.
Hey, man, that's the one thing about gays. They'll take some regular shit.
Hey, tell me.
Damn, I just like the Cardinals. The fuck?
I'm from Houston, nigga.
Exactly.
You can have an Astro hat on? God forbid I was from Seattle and wore a Mariners hat. You trying to die.
You trying to die. Man, now, this you say. So the second tattoo is
that's the one I can't show you, dog. Ever I can't do it, bro. So now, mind you, right before I got out the military, you know, I'm in tip-top shape, dog. I'm like a buck 55, ripped up, running 5 miles a day, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 25, 30 pull-ups. Like I'm nice with it. I'm lean, I'm hooping, I'm running every day. So I'm like, I'm a Tupac fan too, right? I'm like, man, I'm gonna get me a stomach tattoo. But I was like, I don't want the big shit. And at the time, I'm heavy in the Wu-Tang, right? So I'm like, yo, man, Wu-Tang Clan my shit. And that's when Cream came out. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. So I'm like, this is my shit. So I go to the tattoo store by myself because I don't want nobody with no influence to say, yo, man, I want Cream. Cross my stuff. I want C dot, R dot, E dot, A dot, M dot. But I don't want big letters. I want little letters to go over the navel, over my abs, you know what I'm saying? And so the dude say, so you want cream? Now he a straight white boy. He don't know nothing about it. I said, yeah, cream stand for cash, rules everything around me. He say, so do you want me to do cream? And then in smaller letters, underneath your neighbor go cash, rules everything around me. I think that would look cool. I'm like, nah, cracker, you trying to get some extra money out of me. I just want cream.
That's it.
I get the shit, right? So I kind of like had it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got my shirt off or nothing. It healed up. So I'm like, yeah, this shit look dope. This little Chinese letters, cream. Man, I'm outside one day, we hooping. I take my shirt off. The niggas stop the game. They say, hey, man, what you got on your stomach? I was like, oh, man, cash room, everything around me. He's like, no, that say cream. You got cream on your stomach. Listen to how that sound, Leon.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
You got cream on your stomach, bro.
Boy, you said I was heavy in the Wu-Tang. I started laughing because I said, if he say he got cream on his stomach, I'm out of here. I'm about to run up out of here. Man.
Cream, nigga. He's like, they say, well, why you didn't get the letters explaining cash rules everything out? Because right now, you just got cream on your stomach. Like everybody don't rock. You just got cream on your stomach. So my Sergeant Coleman, my dog, he said, what if you run into some gay dudes and see you with your shirt off? Like, what's that conversation gonna go like? I'm gonna explain to them that it's Wu-Tang. He said, but if you had that on there already, they'd be like, oh, cash rules everything around. But right now, that's an invitation. You're an invitation. Yeah. You're an invitation to somebody. So, all right, I took the tease and shit, but I still thought it was dope. I get home, you know what I'm saying? Meet a couple of chicks, they digging it. They like, okay, Wu-Tang, I get it. Here's where the problem comes in, right? With life comes age and comes weight and comes bad eating habits. I mean, fool, you ain't the same size you was when I met you, nigga, when you was like, So now imagine, you done seen, nigga, like I'm 235, 240 now from 155. So imagine how the cream looks now. I was swimming, look, and this is where the shit hit so hard. You ever want to punch your kids in the face?
Yes.
We went to the water park, man. We went to the water park maybe about six, 7 years ago. My youngest daughter was 2, and my oldest daughter, at the time was like 9 or 10. I mean, my middle daughter was like 9 or 10. So we all at the water park. So I'm playing in the water with them. And my middle child stops splashing in the water, turns and points to my stomach and tells her cousins, like, come over here, look. Creamo. I said, oh, it's cream. Creamo. It says Creamo, Daddy. It's big, Creamo. I said, no, it says, I want to still on her in the face. But then my wife, she got jokes. She looking like, yes, baby, it says cream of wheat. Like everybody had jokes. So it's like now at 50 years old, man, I'll be 50 in July. I'm having a midlife crisis about this shit. I'm getting my whole back done and I'm getting my whole chest. I'm getting that shit covered up with something. A banner or something.
You're gonna get the Iron Man armor.
I'm finna get goddamn Darth Vader chest plate, a banner that says Jesus.
Is that the actor in the middle of your chest?
Yeah, cause I think the losing weight shit, unless I get sick or starve myself, I like to eat steak. So I'm probably gonna stay around 230, 225. I'm never gonna get back down to 160. But I got to cover this because that, that shit hurt, man. When my daughter was like, Creamo, look at that, Creamo.
Listen, I've been wanting to get my chest and like stomach done forever. And like, I'm so glad I haven't because like, you always think like, I'm always look like this.
No, you fall off.
That quarantine 15 hit me twice. I gained like 30 pounds.
Bruh, when I went into quarantine, I was 225. I was straight. I was 225. I was straight. I wasn't abbed up, but my stomach was flat.
Yeah, just started slimming down. I remember I seen you outside the club. I was like, "Oh, you been working out?"
Working out, right? But then, and the Cremo looked like it started looking like cream again. You can see the periods. Man, I got to eat them steaks and shit and all that, sitting up here fucking around. Now it's Cremo.
Periods big as fuck.
Big look like O's, look like zeros. That's the tattoo I really regret, man. That was a tattoo that I should have kept myself in shape. It'd probably be decent today, but nah, that's the one. I can't show you that one because we know too many jokesters, man, and I don't feel like fighting. Because I said my daughter hurt my feelings.
Oh, you gonna get enough just from people hearing what you got on your stomach. He got cream on his stomach.
Right.
How long has he had cream on his stomach? So do you always have cream on? So it's always cream on. It's always cream on your.
Always cream on your stomach. But now you're more like a cream puff. Like niggas gonna have jokes. I'm telling you, it's all good though.
All day long. Hey man, well listen. Tahir has the most gangster tramp stamp ever. He got 2 pistols in the small of his back. So I mean, we've yet to find anybody beat that one.
Oh, that's funny. So when he's snagging, he got it on him. He got it on him.
And that was his explanation. He was like, I felt like I wanted to always have him over.
Got it on me. Oh, he like the porno dude, Wesley Pipes. They got the hands on his side.
Yeah. Which makes a little more sense. Just a little bit. Like if you gotta get big ass guns if you gonna get them back there. You can't get like little ones because that just look like a tribal stamp. Like, is that
it look like you designating where your spine ends and connects to your tailbone. Like you giving doctors a pathway to your tailbone.
X marks the spot.
Yeah, man.
Listen, so
I got plans for some new tattoos. Like I got a great concept. My man Leon Skills. Actually, Leon Skills Inc. Shout out to him. We've been sitting down planning it out for about a month now. So I'm ready to get in there and start getting work. It's gonna be a masterpiece. I already seen the artwork. It looked crazy. So the concept I'm doing is it's gonna be one side of my back is like an angelic figure with wings, and the other side of my back is like a demonic figure, but they half and half. And going over the top of my back and over the bottom, it's gonna say everyday struggle. You know what I'm saying? Something. Yeah, it makes some sense. And then in the front, I'm still thinking about some pieces I want to do. I want to take my mother, my daughters, my wife and my dad, their birth dates, the numbers, and just run them, make them look like a chain, and it all connects down into the 7, which is my birthday, 7/7/71. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes people go bad because they don't really think about, like, this shit's gonna be on you forever.
Forever.
It's like the girls that get this way to the pussy, like, on your inner thigh. You're gonna be a grandmama one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna be a little bit hanging from under your shorts. And
you're gonna be a mom. You're gonna take your kids to the water park and wondering why niggas is buying your kids free hot dogs and shit. Because you got finish him across your lower back. You can't. And then you get mad when you just getting icy cups. Your kids is on sugar rushes. Niggas is sending icy cups because you literally have finish him across your lower back.
Yeah, that's funny because like when I first started getting tattoos as a shorty, like I got all the like everything on my right arm is demonic. And it's like Two-Face has always been my favorite, like villain. Yeah. And Two-Face and the Joker. And I always wanted to get a Joker tattoo because he was like my favorite villain and kind of representing my comedy because it's like where it's like I'm funny, but some of it can be a little harsh or a little dark.
Right.
But then the Heath Ledger Joker came out and Joker became everybody's favorite. So I was like, fuck it. I don't want a Joker tattoo now, but I kept my theme on my body, like everything on the right side is bad shit that didn't happen to me or represents something bad, and everything on my left side represents good shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping that theme, and I'm about to get my chest done now. You know what I'm saying? But that's always been like I love the Joker and I love Two-Face. So it was like I wanted to kind of incorporate that into my tattoos. But like I gotta say all the time, man, the thing about getting tattoos young is they did have a lot of meaning to me at 16. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now at 38, I'm like, you know.
And of course, doing what we do, like, I'm gonna make sure all my tattoos stop like right here. So when I put on a dress shirt or something, it don't look like I have on tattoos. When I get sleeves, it's gonna stop a little bit high.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, we do work in the industry. Well, I'll put it like this. I don't want to limit myself to doing certain things because I'm tatted out. Shit is everywhere, and I can only do certain things.
Yeah.
Like I still want to be able to
tattoo so bad.
I want to go on ESPN. I want to go on ESPN and Fox and be able to work, not because I got "try me, bitch" across my lower jaw. Like and nothing against people who get that, but I do feel like when you get that, you're making a decision. Like I'm never gonna have a regular job, and that's okay.
Try me, bitch.
Try me, bitch. On my, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I'm glad I didn't do when I was young. Go out and get something crazy like in the middle of my neck. So when I something I had to cover up or because tattoo removal is expensive. I don't know if people know that shit ain't cheap.
No.
And I done sat through some sessions with some homies, and I was like, God damn, how
body art.
Yes.
You got to think they charging you to put something on you forever. You're gonna own this. It's like buying a piece of artwork.
And I get mad at the people. Like I had a aunt that was real churchy and was against the tattoos and stuff. I said, well, I mean, that's part of your Christianity. That's your beliefs. I get it. But if you look in other countries, tattooing was the ultimate form of respect. Mm-hmm. You had Asian warriors that tattooed every victim, every battle that they was in, and they killed the other warrior. They put that warrior's name on their body because that was a part of them. You had African tribesmen getting certain cuts and marks on your body was a passage or a rite of passage. Even in the Roman gladiator days and stuff like that, kills or whatever. So, it is what it is. I hate people that I don't diss anybody. Like if Gucci Man want to get the ice cream cone in his face, it's his face. He can do whatever he wants to. But you can't complain that nobody won't hire you when you get that. And that's my thing. I ain't mad at you because you got it, but don't be mad at them because they don't want you saying welcome to Chase and you got fucking hypnotic minds tattooed underneath your eye.
Hey, no, I ain't saying you can't wear your Coke Boys t-shirt to court when you going in for.
But it's not a good idea.
I ain't saying don't do it. I'm just saying it wouldn't be the best idea. But man, I really appreciate having you on the show. One of my favorite segments of the show is the top 5 tattoos you hate to see on people, male or female. You know what I'm saying? Just give them to me. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
And I've actually thought about this before. Number 5 for me, angel wings on a man's back. On complete man back, I can't stand that. Like, leave that for the ladies. I think that looks sexy on them. Angel wings on a man back. Also, Arabic writing on you, and you don't speak the language. They could have been a tattooed infidel dog on you. You have no idea. You just think it looks cool.
I know so many niggas from Chicago.
This means peace and serenity. You don't know what the fuck that means.
I know what the fuck that means.
They just wrote spine of Satan. Allah curses you across your chest. You have no idea. Number 2, I tiger paws, depending on where they at. I'm tired of seeing them on the thigh. That's there's nothing worse to see a nice looking chick, then you look down and you're like, oh, she's a rat.
I'd be like, 45. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like when did you retire from Oceans and say, hey, this is not I don't know if this is Tiger paws. That's 3. Let's see, number 4. I hate knuckle tattoos.
Okay.
Like the people that get it right here. Like,
yeah.
the purpose of that.
What's
Because
that for?
if you beating the shit out of somebody, who cares? Like, you know, that tattoo could get messed up if you work with your hands. And I think my last one, oh my God. This, I'm pretty sure everybody has said this one. This got to be the cheapest one. That tattoo that you get of the panther hanging on clawing, it's like the cheapest one you can get. It probably costs like $25. To this point, they be like, they throw that one in with the paw
same
tattoo.
pose every time.
Doing like this. It's doing like this. And it's got the little, it's got 4 claws, but it's only 3. He got 4 claws, but it's only 3 of them are hanging into your skin. Like the 4th claws off. He's scratching.
You only see the blood if the nigga light skin.
I hate that tattoo. That is the worst shit ever.
Mike
It's like
that tattoo.
They throw that in when you get the paws. They be like, you got the paws? You want a panther? You want a panther? Yeah.
It's like
they don't need to make
the girls get the paws and dudes usually had a panther right here.
Yeah. Or unless it's a thug bitch, she get the paws and then put the panther right up over the top of the paws to make it look like that was the panther that walked. No, it wasn't. You'd be scratched up all the way down. I will tell you this, though. There are 2 types of tattoos that I love to see on a woman. I've been trying to get my wife to get one, but she's scary. She don't want to. Bro, when females get that writing right here, get that paragraph on that side, and that side don't look like she's shaped like this glass. It's like you got a nice little bend in there, and you got the paragraph. If it's biblical,
the side pistol grip.
and I tell you what other tattoos I don't like. Now, mind you, I diss the paws and I diss the panther, but I love it when females get the ribbons tattooed on their thighs like they got on stockings. Gee, Lord, have that shit drives me crazy. I'm like, I know it ain't no stockings, I know this is tattoo, but that shit look fire. Like when I go to strip club and I see that chick, she gets some money from me. And I tell her, I say, I like the little bow. The bow.
That little thing right there.
That little thing right there, right underneath the cup of the butt cheek, like it's stockings. But I'm like, ooh.
I like the women that have been getting like the chest tattoo. I call it the Rihanna, where it's like a little bit right here.
The Aztecs, yes. The writing on the side with that.
And they've been going heavy with them lately. I've been like,
You get some tickets to Big Jam. You show me one of them. Bro.
Hey man, listen,
man, I'm a happily married man.
Yeah.
He just jokes, people.
That is it.
He just jokes.
Am I the 13th caller? Yeah.
Yes, bitch. What's your IG?
Hey man, this has been a wonderful time, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. Like I say, one of my favorite comics. One thing I say about comedy is like I've always learned different things from different people, and one thing I learned from you, 2 things I can say. I remember you telling me a long time ago that the best thing I could do is be a student of the game. And that's one thing that I've always been, is someone who's paid attention, listen when I'm in the room, you know, no matter who's talking, they know more than I know. And you know what I'm saying? I would sit there and I would listen to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it's like always, I've learned a lot of things from different people directly and indirectly. One thing that I learned from you as far as comedy goes is my stage presence. Because like, I like to watch others and, you know, like I've always been one of those people who's like, you know, take a little bit of everything from here, there, and there, make a gumbo. And you've always been one of the best storytellers I've ever, like, the way you set up your premises, even if it's a short joke, it's like the setup is a story that have you sitting like this. So it's like you waiting on the end of it. Then finally, when the punch comes, it's like the story. I've always watched how no matter where you're going, it's like the ride there is fun. There's a lot of shit to see along the way. And some people forget that when they telling the story. It's like they'll tell a story, it's a long ass middle part that ain't got shit to do with nothing. Then they get to the end, it's like, oh, that was funny, but god damn, it took forever. But like to take somebody on a journey and give them bits and pieces all the way there is something that I learned watching you. And then of course, the greatest analogy ever, I remember complaining, and I talk about this all the time. This is Leon Rogers, ladies and gentlemen. But I always talk about how I was complaining one day to you about Damon Williams, and I just was like, man, this nigga won't book me, man, at the little shit he got downtown. I was like, man, I be ripping shows all over the city. I done been on TV, blah, 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 who up the bam? And you was like, look here, youngster. I was like, he keep telling me I ain't ready for his show. Fuck does that mean? And you was like, you like basketball, don't you? I said, yeah. So let's say you just got out of high school. You're a raw talent. Yeah. And you get to Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? You're the best point guard on the team. You raw, you got that shit. She's like, but it's a nigga that's been playing there for 3 years. He a senior now. And he started. And you want to know why he started over you? He was like, you know why? Because although you a better point guard than that nigga, he was like, nigga, you don't know that the point guard at Alcorn State can't go left. You don't know that the point guard at fucking Arizona, you know what I'm saying, ain't got a jump shot outside of 17 feet, so to press up on him when he comes to 3-point line. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? And I was listening, I'm like, then it's like the same thing with different cities. You go, or different crowds, like Damon crowd is a working crowd, or this crowd, blah, blah, blah. You might have did HBO, or you might have did that, but his crowd is a whole different type of audience. And I never forgot that. And like, it taught me simply just to be humble and understand that what's for you is for you, and your time is coming. As long as you're here.
And when you get that opportunity, kill it. Then now, guess what?
Hit the flow run.
It's like, because I'm telling you, man, I didn't heard comments. I'm ready. The perfect example that I set is Marvin Dixon. Shout out to Marvin Dixon when he had the Florida run, right? Yeah. Before Benji Brown and them took it over. Well, I think Marvin still do it too. Yeah. But Marvin used to work off references from people, right? And so Damon Williams got me on down there. I guess Damon and him was tight enough where he said, I want Leon to come. Leon could come down there. He can headline, no problem. I go down there and I kill it. I go down there twice and I kill it. Now, it's comics calling me saying, yo, I'm trying to do Marvin Room. Can you vouch for me for him? So I called on behalf of this comic one day. And Marvin said, hey, all right, let me explain something to you. You done came down here and destroyed my room, and Damon believe in you, and I think you dope too. I'm going to give your man a shot. He said, but if he come down here and bomb, I don't book you for a year.
Ooh.
And I sat there. I said, do I trust this nigga with my Florida trip?
Because that's a good run.
And that's back when I was on bullshit back in the day. So I had pieces in Florida. I'm like, nah. I said, well, don't worry about it. Then go ahead and book who you going to book. And, don't worry about it. I tell him you booked up. Exactly. And the comic was cool with me. I loved him. I thought he was funny. But I was like, if he go down here and bomb, I can't go to Florida in December.
There's a different type of room, too. Like, they a different artist. That Miami audience like this.
But you see what I'm saying? You the same. I take pride in doing my same jokes, but my delivery has to be different when I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, when I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, when I'm in a small little bar in Robbins, when I go overseas to Germany to entertain the troops. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you saw that traveling on tour with Anthony Hamilton. And some comics just be so ready to get out on the road and don't understand it's a system to this shit, man. Like, it ain't just go out there and grab the mic and be funny, because the joke you do about Bloods and Crips or folks and moles, now I send you to BYU University, where the school is predominantly white and Mormon. They're gonna look at you like you fucking crazy.
Exactly.
How can you make that same joke relatable to them? This is where the art form of comedy comes in. I know a gang of dudes that's funny. Word up, we all know. I got a dude I can walk in the barbershop right now. I can't out Jones him. He been the king of that shit forever. But I put him on stage at the Airy Crown in front of 5,000 people that he can't see past the front row. Now let's see. It's different when them lights come on, man. It's different.
Whole nother animal. Everybody funny in the barbershop.
And that's why I always say this too before we get out of here. Always have respect for somebody's craft. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of guys coming up to me. I'm funny, woo wop the bam. You might be, bro. I'm not gonna say you not. But please respect my craft. Don't just think you can get on stage and be funny for 45 minutes with your own shit. Exactly. Not with everybody else shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we gonna know
the jokes you wrote.
We gonna know when you sampling. We've been in the game longer though. Or right. just like when I started DJing, I didn't just automatically assume because I learned how to blend a few records and scratch a little bit that I could go elbow to elbow with guys like Jay Illa, Timbuktu, Sean Mack. No, it's a pecking order, and I want to get better. Now, when it got to the point where people like Bulu Master was like, "Hey man, how long you been spinning?" Bruh, that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather have the respect of my peers than some drunk chick that say I'm the greatest DJ because I played fucking Tap In by Saudi because she asked for it. You know what I'm saying? That so to me, like I just respect people's crafts. There's a lot of women that can do hair. There's a lot of women that can do hair. But everybody ain't a hairstylist or a beautician because there's a business aspect. There's a customer care aspect. That girl that can do hair in her crib, she probably had you laid, but she done also gave you chemical burns and shit like that too because that chick that owns a salon understands this could fuck your hair up. This could break your ends. This could do that. She knows the whole game. My wife's a makeup artist. I know plenty of girls that do makeup, put makeup on people's faces. Right? But my wife knows this is alcohol based. This right here don't use this on people with oily skin. There's technique and there's art to it. And that's what I feel as comedians we do. We all naturally funny, but we've mastered the art of being funny everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. That's the difference.
Yes, sir. Man, I really appreciate everything, man. Appreciate you coming out. Let them know where they can find you on social media, all those platforms.
Listen, Monday through Friday, 107.5 WGCI with my homeboy Cal and my girl Kendra. Every Monday night on Fox Soul. I want everybody to support this because this is about to be big. They about to switch over and go like Hulu and everything else. Fox Soul is like a streaming platform. It's going to be like BET to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And right now we got a bunch of shows on there. I'm blessed and honored to have a show on there. It's called Later with Leon. I'll talk to some of everybody. Fool has actually been on my show with a sketch we did for Black History Month. That did thing. I've had Kevin on stage and everybody. It comes on every Monday at 9 o'clock on the stream, on the YouTube stream, or you can watch it on the app. You can download the app, see the old episodes on your phone. I encourage everybody, listen, please just tune in. Even if you don't watch my show, watch the other shows on Fox Soul so this network can get high streaming numbers. And please don't associate it with Fox National. It's not. It's a black streaming service run by a black man. You know what I'm saying? With all black cast. So, you know, people hear Fox. We hear Fox and we immediately take everything to Fox National News. It's not like that. Trust me, please. Even if you don't watch my show, Claudia Jordan has a show on there. You know, it's a bunch of different shows on there. The Brat, Selena Johnson, who's from Chicago as well. They're on there, you know. So, you know, just Lisa Ray. There's just a lot of shows on there. Please watch it and support it. You can catch me on there. And on social media, at Leon Rogers, LeonRogers. No D in my last name because I don't do the D. I do have cream. I do have cream on my stomach, though. So it's kind of fucking contradictory. So, yeah. But no, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. Like I say, you know, when you get the in studio shit, when you got the chairs and you're in the tattoo room, I definitely want to come back, even if I just get to sit there and vibe, because this is a amazing concept, and it's funny, dog, and like, you know, because every tattoo has a story. Every tattoo. So at Tatts Funny, this is amazing. Like I said, good luck with that, brother. Any help you need from me, my platform, you already know how I get down, so I ain't even got to tell you that. So that's a phone call.
But hey, man, like I said, appreciate you coming through. Thank y'all so much for coming through for another episode. You know you can always find me, Damn Fool Is Funny, on everything. That's Damn Fool Is Funny. Everything is spelled the way it should be. No Z's, no hyphens, no underscores.
Hey, fool. Also, I gotta give some love, man. Me and my little brother Dante, man, we got a clothing line called Negro League Clothing. Consciousness is cool. We spell Negro N-E-G-R-O-W because we want it to grow. These are some of the hats we got. We got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts. Check us out at the Negro League on Instagram, man, and get you some shirts reasonably priced, man. Dope stuff. So, you know, I'm pushing it out there. Matter of fact, I gotta get you some. Give me your size. It's probably like a large now, right? Used to be like
yeah. I wear all three. I'm a smart. Just figure it out.
You have your days. When you ain't retaining that water weight, you can get that medium on.
Oh my God, that should be good.
Well,
I've never even thought about these type of things.
Hey, I just got back to XL. Barely. It's right there. Like my nipples be pressing through the shirt. Some shirts I can't wear if the material too light. See, like this Fred Hampton shirt, Fred cover up the nipples. Normally I'm 2X, but I'm pressing on this X, baby. But it make me give me a slim fit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what you gotta do.
I've been wearing waist trainers.
It looked like a tank top though.
Yeah, you did. Oh, on my IDs, I look amazing. Niggas see my shoulders and shit. They be like, oh, this nigga work out. Pan down, boy. I'm 6 months pregnant with twins.
Once again, as this has been Damn Fool Presents Tatts Funny, please be sure to go over to Snowed In Entertainment. That's at Snowed In Entertainment on Instagram, YouTube, all those different places, and check out the show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.